party, after their grueling battle and after a much needed rest, returned to the surface to see that the mist that had pervaded around the house had drawn back, leading them down a path into a forest. After what felt like hours of travel, the group happened upon a wooden signpost with a label on top. Etched into the wood was the word Krezk, Krezk.
K-R-E. Sorry.
Yep,
K-R-E.
Krezk. And
Okay.
beneath that, a map nailed in, presumably of the region around you.
Oh, so it's indicating that we're in Krezk. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Got a big map here.
Ooh.
So what I'll do is I'll put your token, that'll be the group.
Yay, look at us. Hold on. I got the perfect name.
And where's the you're here sign?
The little swords down at the bottom.
That I'm moving right now.
Oh, yep. Gotcha. Gotcha.
What do you think of the name for the token marker?
I like it.
Mhm.
Here, just beyond the sign, the road branches north and climbs a rocky escarpment, ending at a gatehouse built into a 20-foot high wall of stone reinforced with buttresses every 50 feet or so. The wall encloses a settlement on the side of a snow-dusted mountain spur. Beyond the wall, you see the tops of snow-covered pines and thin white wisps of smoke. The somber toll of a bell comes from the stone abbey that clings to the mountainside high above the settlement. The steady chime is inviting, a welcome change from the deathly silence and oppressive fog to which you have grown accustomed. It's hard to tell at this distance. There seems to be a switchback road hanging to the cliffs that lead up from the walled settlement to the abbey.
So we have a choice of heading towards the settlement or continuing down the other path further into the forest.
You do.
Mm, I feel like,
I
without any other information, I feel like we have a look at this town. Maybe there might be someone that could be of assistance, or maybe we can just find some stuff that might be of use for us.
Agree.
Same here.
I have no
Stopping by a
idea where
town
we
wouldn't be
are.
so bad, and we could, maybe sell some things we don't need.
Yeah. I think the only question is, do we just walk straight to the camp, like straight, not to the camp, to the gate, or is anyone wanting to sort of scout the perimeter, or take our time walking in, or anything like that?
I mean, it might look more suspicious if we're skulking around. I say we're in a new place. We need to find out where we are. I say we just walk up to the gatehouse and tell them that. Honestly,
Okay. So we just take our chances with whoever's there. All right, let's go then. I'm happy to go now if you guys are ready.
Leora
Let's
thinks
do it.
for a moment and then says, why would we be sneaky?
Because the first place that we arrived at, we were all taken and bound, and um, it was not a friendly place. So there's definitely unfriendly cultists in the area.
Fair, but if
I'm
if I
guessing
have to
it's
be if I have
barren.
to be specific, it was only you, Chicago. We kind of came there on our own.
Now we all blacked out,
No,
and
you told me that you blacked out and woke up unknown to this area.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
we
but if you're
weren't
specifically
bound
talking
or
about
anything.
manner, then yeah.
We
but
just kind
the
of woke up
but
on the
on
road.
honestly, anything that's that powerful, it doesn't matter if we're sneaky at this point in time. What matter? Let's just go in
Give it a
and
go.
give it a go. Because right now, if we're trying to be sneaky, anything that's that powerful is way more powerful than we are.
That's fine by me. Well, like I said, I'm ready to go. I just at least wanted to put the question forward. So yeah, if you guys are walking, I'm gonna start walking.
Yep.
Forward.
Walkity walkity walk.
The air grows cold as you approach the walled settlement. Two square towers with peaked roofs flank a stone archway into which is set a pair of 12-foot walls with iron-bound wooden doors. Carved into the arch above the doors is the name, Krezk. The walls that extend from the gatehouse are 20 feet high, and atop the parapet you see 4 figures wearing 4 hats and clutching spears. They watch you nervously.
I guess as I'd approach, if I'm noticing that they're looking a bit nervous, I'll have my weapons and shield sheathed. Just sort of have my hands open, down, but open, showing no signs of aggression, kind of thing.
Hi. How are you? And Liara waves.
They all look at you, and most of them ignore you. One approaches the gate and orders you to state your business.
We're here to visit. Yeah, we just came from a long trip and now we're here. Is it possible we could stay by? I understand if that's not possible.
Or maybe even trade goods or resupply.
For a place to stay. Dorlith will raise his hands up too.
The man behind the door looks at you all and takes a moment to ponder your appearance before opening a small door attached to the giant 12-foot tall door and welcoming you inside. As you step past him, you see that the mist-shrouded village beyond the wall is nothing more than a scattering of humble wooden cottages along dirt roads. They stretch between strands of snow-dusted pine trees. So many trees, in fact, as to constitute the place a forest. To the northeast, gray cliffs rise sharply, and the road winding up to the abbey is easy to see from this vantage.
Looking at the guy who let us in, is there a tavern or somewhere we could get a drink or look for rooms? What DM? What time is it? Can we tell?
You can't tell. There is a light source in the sky, but between the mist and the ambiguous nature of the light in the sky, you can't really tell whether that's the sun or the moon. Whatever it is, it seems to be casting daylight, or maybe false daylight, over the entire region. Though you've been traveling for an extended period of time, it hasn't moved, and you still can't tell because it hasn't gotten brighter or darker.
I guess I'd ask so I'm just turning to the guy that let us in. On our travels, we've noticed that our perception of time is very difficult to tell from the sun and the lunar cycle. Do you mind if I ask, how do you guys sort of know when it is, or is there something going on mystically with that?
He looks up at the sky and thinks about what you said, and he says, when it's your shift on, it's daytime. When it's time for bed, it's nighttime. Around these parts, it doesn't matter what time of day or night it is, so long as you get your job done.
Fine job you're doing.
True words.
How long
yeah,
have you
so-
been here?
He states that he's lived here his whole life, regrettably so.
Where might that be? Exactly. We're not quite from around here.
No, he said he's lived here his whole life.
No, I know. Basically
Didn't
just
like,
asking,
signposts
like,
say the
where
name of the area?
are we?
You're in Krezk, in the mountains of Barovia, far northeast.
Have we ever heard of that place, DM?
None of you have.
Uh, never heard of it. I'm not sure where on this. Neat, I guess.
He says that as long as you mind your own business and don't mess with anybody, nobody will mess with you. And whatever you do, don't bother the abbot.
Yeah, but up at the building up on the hill.
He nods and says, "But that's enough I've said about that. You can go ask a more foolish fella over at the Blood for Wine if you want to know more."
Okay, thank
Fair enough.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, fella. Now, where you put us in the right direction? Where is the Blood for Wine?
He points his spear up the hill to a building not far from you, maybe 50 feet. Large brown roofed building with smoke coming out of the chimney.
This one?
Indeed. Nope. Brown roof. The one right next to you.
This one. Colors. I don't know. Oh, me.
Sorry, quick question.
Oh,
for
right there.
finance-
Okay.
Quick question for finances and stuff. Is it just gold that gets traded, or is it silver, gold? Like how
All
does-
of it.
Sorry.
All of it.
Oh, so it's like, what is it? Copper, then
Silver, gold, copper, electrum, platinum.
Okay.
Oh, you have Electrum?
Mm-hmm.
And then what
Okay.
would be like a token? Like, what would my character believe would be a relative token amount in a thank you coin? Like, I don't really know the
For a
value.
regular commoner, 1 gold coin is
Weed.
quite a bit. That is, yeah, one gold coin is quite a bit. A regular commoner makes maybe 20 silver pieces in a day.
Okay, well,
Oh, is
can
he?
I?
You know what?
I'd
I'll
probably
ask
just hand
someone
over a
in
couple of
character.
silver. I'd like to the guard that helped us let us in, and just hand him probably like. Well, if 20 is in a day, I'd probably go like five silver.
Okay. Go ahead and remove that from your inventory. He takes it gratefully, shoves it in a pocket, and thanks you.
Just nod my head and continue on.
Can I roll insight on him?
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
Ooh, 5.
What are you trying to find out?
If he appreciates it.
He doesn't seem to be giving off any deceit.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, where is my money?
Your
It's in
money's
the
in your
inventory,
like
yeah.
inventory. Top right next to weight
Oh,
carried and managed inventory.
So... Hey, is it 100? No, wait, it actually tells me 10 silver to make a gold. So never mind. I'm just trying to figure this out.
All right. To the Blood and
I
Wine.
guess we're going. I guess we're going to Blood and Wine.
Right.
Blood for wines.
Blood for
Blood
Wine.
for wine.
Yeah, that's.
Sorry.
You enter the tavern to find a small, homely place with a fireplace burning. There's a barkeep setting himself busy with all manner of cleaning tasks behind the bar, and there are only a few other patrons inside who all seem to be pondering over tankards of stale ale and whatever drinks they paid for.
Where is the, I guess, tavern keeper?
He's behind the bar, doing some cleaning tasks, uh, cleaning up some dust from behind the t- the counter, and doing away with dirty dishes and things of that sort.
I walk up to him and try to get his attention.
Darlith will follow.
Excuse me, good sir.
You see that he's a short dwarven man, and he has good awareness because he looks up before you even open your mouth to speak. He says,
He looks up at the other dwarf.
mm-hmm, at the group of you, and he says, "Oh, you're some new faces. You're for one of my favorite dwarvish drinks, are ya?"
Oh, I'd like me some dwarvish ale. But I'm here to ask another question.
He said, "Well then, it'll be 5 silver pieces for the bottle of ale, and even more for an answer."
Ah. And I
So-
not exactly knowing, as my father was a drow. Anyway, I put down 5 silver and ask him, what is the currency conversion rate in this place?
He said he laughs heartily. He said, "Conversion, brother. No one here leaves, and in fact, you're the first new faces we've seen in months. No one who comes here leaves. We all just stay and live here, so there's no need to convert anything. Bring whatever money you have, and we'll get what we can for it."
Oh,
So-
no, I meant like, if
While he's
how
talking?
many silver makes a gold piece, and how many gold pieces does it take to get, and then etc., etc.
He said, What are you new, bruv? It'll cost you 10 silver pieces to trade for 1 gold piece, and 10 gold pieces for 1 platinum."
Thank you, my good friend. And is there ale in front of me?
He swipes the 5 silver off the table and sets about working on your drink before turning back and looking to your 3 companions rather. And,
Yeah, so Jukoto, while that was happening, I've gathered the 5 silver and then 2 gold coins because he said it's extra if we want to talk and ask questions. So definitely want 1 ale. So I'm not saying anything yet. When he comes to me is when I'll talk.
he looks back at your companions and he says, "I figure y'all'll be wanting some tankards of ale too, brothers."
You have water.
He laughs and he says, "If it's water you're looking for, you can go find the well up at the abbey. Here we drink stiff. We dwarves don't take it lightly."
So at the
I
mention of the abbey,
agree.
Jukoto just moves his gold coins forward and says, "If we were to ask more questions about the abbey, is there any issue?" Noticing I've moved.
Extend my
coins
own
forward.
hand out and place it over the gold coins and just kind of push it back.
You push it back. No, I grab your hand. I'm offering it to the dwarf. It's done.
You do not need to actually pay him.
If we're giving
It's
away
called
free
trading.
money, I could use some. I'm kind of out of it at the moment.
The guard was understandable. This guy, he just. He
This
does
guy
not
probably
need
knows.
that.
This guy probably knows more. But right now, I'm quiet, just watching. And I will put 5 silver down for a tankard of ale, and then take my tankard off, and is there a table at which they're playing card games?
No one seems to be socializing anywhere in the tavern.
Hmm,
He,
not really surprised.
the dwarven barkeep, he swipes the silver off the table before doing the same with the gold and saying, "The abbey, yes, my brother. The abbey to Saint Markovia. What would you like to know?"
Well, our first warning was to not disturb the abbeyist. There's obviously more to this story. What should we know? Why are we not? Why shouldn't we be disturbing them?
Oh
I thought
yes,
I
brother.
thought an abbey is a place
Ever
of
since
prayer.
ever since those clouds of darkness rolled in, uh, we've had to deal with some horrible things going on. It's said that the the dread Lord Strahd over in Ravenloft, he lost the love of his life, and that's why he brought the darkness here with him. The abbot's up on the abbey trying to do whatever twisted experiments he can come up with to to deliver the Dreadlord whatever he wants and get him to leave. Me personally, though, I just want to run my bar.
Do they interfere with the town directly, or is it all indirect?
He
As in,
says,
like, do they
"Nope.
steal people?
Everyone on the Abbey stays in the Abbey, and everyone in Krezk stays in Krezk. We don't bother each other. See, we don't want to bother the abbot because he's quite a strong man, and if he's working at the will of Strahd, then you don't want to gain his ill will."
Hmm.
Who is this Strahd?
He laughs and he says, "Well, no one really knows, do they? He appeared and declared himself master all of Barovia, and he's clearly got some magic at his back because no one was able to stop him."
Hmm.
And if we were to interfere with their plans, what
He
would the
cuts you
town do?
off as you speak, and he says, "You would die, brother."
If we did have any success, is there any sort of secretive help that anyone would be able to offer us, say healing or potions or some sort of trade, or is there anything going around?
He's becoming increasingly disinterested in this conversation as you're suggesting something that really shakes up the status quo of his hometown, and he
Hmm.
says, he sort of gives you a side eye and says, "No, I don't suspect that anyone would give you any kind of hospitality, except for me, of course. I've got a few rooms upstairs."
Hmm. Oh, we would definitely appreciate the rooms while we're conducting our business.
He said, he says, "Well, don't appreciate me, brother." And his smile returns to his face, and he says, "You're still going to pay for the rooms."
And what's the price of the rooms?
1 gold piece per night per room. I figure, I figure three of you can fit in one room if you're really squeezed. So 2 gold pieces for the lot of y'all will be sufficient.
I am going to stop Yukaro from doing anything else, and I would like to bargain with the tavern keeper.
All right, be careful what you say now. What do you tell him?
I was actually going to turn to the group and just check in with them, to be honest. I actually wasn't going to go any further with that.
I was going to ask him how much to down cost my room.
Mm. He says, "There's not much room for me to make changes to the price. The price is the price, my friend. I just I just need to you know, pay for everything that needs paying. I've got a family that needs feeding too.
Like, I can't really pay for a room
I roll inside
myself.
him in real quick. I got an 8. Is his family true?
What was that?
I rolled for insight. I wanted to see if he was actually telling the truth about his family.
What's the role?
I got an 8, so I probably don't know anything.
You don't detect any deception.
He's a loving father, for all you can tell.
Is there anything you might need help with? Chores around the building or
I
anywhere else
plop
in
down the
town?
2 gold pieces and just be like, yeah, one room only for me, and the rest of the boys can share.
Uh, I tap a claw on your armor and go, I think we can share a room nicely.
I look at Raven and just like, I like my privacy.
Yep, so do I. And we can be private together.
I just place one more gold coin down. There's our 3 rooms. Like, I actually say there's our 3 rooms.
Problem solved. You cuddle and Norlip are staying together.
And then what about Alora?
Laura's tiny fairy. We agreed that she was going to stay under the top hat.
Okay.
And the top hat's with me.
Oh, you say that one inside the abbey stays in the abbey, and the Krezkians, I don't know what you call yourselves, I apologize, stay in Krezk. Is there someone kind of in charge of Krezk that we can talk to? We're new around the parts, and I mean, we're always looking for work. It'd be nice to help out a settlement like yours. There's someone we can talk to.
He says that the town's pretty self-sufficient. They grow their own food. They chop their own wood for fire. There isn't much work to be done, but if you're looking for somebody to help who may be able to pay you up in the abbey, I don't know what they are, but we can hear their screams often nights. If you can get them free of the abbot, you may be able to get a reward out of them.
I appreciate your candor. Thank you, sir. And the rooms, appreciate it. We're not going to bother you too much more.
I'll just ask one last time. Is there anyone else in town that is potentially looking for help or in need of a service or anything like that that you might know of?
He says, not that I know of, my friend.
And how welcome would we be if we were to just take a little wander through the streets to stretch our legs? Would we be received well, or would it be better to just keep to ourselves?
Oh, Krezk won't bother you. If you try to enter the abbot, that's where you may have trouble. But it could be worth it, who knows?
Fair enough. Thank you for your time. Actually, what was your name? We never took your name, I don't believe. My apologies.
He laughs and he starts polishing out another tankard. He goes, Me? Well, I'm just the old tavern keep, my friend.
Well, thank you, my dwarven tavern keep friend.
He gives you a nod and goes back to what he's doing, assuming you're about to leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna start shuffling off to the side if anyone wants to join.
I am waiting for my ale.
got your ale first, and I have my ale, and I head towards the table and just sit down at a table that is, seeing as there's no game going on, I will sit at whatever table is free that looks like it can seat the party.
JR never said that he actually handed it to me.
I'm sorry, I thought I did. He did.
Yeah, didn't he place it on the bench for us as he
Yep.
made him? Yeah,
Yep.
I thought he did that, and I would have just taken my one, obviously.
Nah, it just looked like you were too busy with the conversation, so.
Oh no, if there's beer in front of me or ale, it's definitely getting picked up while talking. It's just correct etiquette. That's unmentionables. That just happens.
Not what I'm referring to, but alright.
Yep.
I take a swig.
The ale is good. It's got a more rugged, uh, rough, gamey flavor than what you're used to, but it's tasty.
Hmm.
My dad kept feeding me fine wine. God. I get another ale.
I just slowly enjoy mine while we chat, or while I was chatting with the dwarf, and then while we go and chat, I'm just slowly enjoying my ale. That was Jacottle, by the way. Just yeah. So, because we're all now at the seat, yeah, like we're all in a corner, we're at a table, yeah.
I'm at the
Mhm.
bar.
Alright,
Or
you're
at
at the bar.
least I'm drinking at the bar.
Alright, well I'll turn
I'm
to the
sitting
rest
at
of
a
the group.
table just watching what everyone is doing in the around us and seeing if there's general fear or just how this area seems to actually be if we're not actively interrogating them.
I'm probably just joining you at the table, by the way.
No problem.
Perfect. Yep.
The people in the tavern around you, they all stare into their drinks, and they don't even seem to want to look around at each other. They don't want to bother anyone else, and they don't want to be bothered, so they just stare into their drinks, and maybe, just maybe, you can feel an air of despair in the room, one that you could feel as soon as you entered the walls of the town.
All look to be human.
Yes.
Is anyone else at the table with us?
No.
Right. So who's actually at the table with me? Sorry. Is
Should
it
be
Doro?
4 of us, and then 1 is at the bar.
It's Raven is with you,
Raven.
Cuddle,
Yep.
and
Raven, Cuddle.
Liara is at the bar.
Alright. So I'm turning to the ones at the table. I'm just saying, so going by what that initial guard mentioned about the Abiest, and now talking with the dwarven tavern keeper, it seems like much of the same despair as what we would have felt from that cursed house where we originally woke up. Does anyone feel like they just want to walk around town to see if there's anything else that we find? Since we do have a knight here ready and waiting for us to come and rest, do we want to have a look in town first, or do we want to do an investigation of the abbey? Does anyone have any initial thoughts?
I would say that we stay here for right now, and then we can go out and check around the town. But I would suggest, I hate saying this, but I would suggest that maybe we split up a little bit so that you all can go shopping to see if there's anything that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And while you're doing that, I will I will do a stealthy thing.
Yep. I was actually wanting to go around town, even though he said there's no one in particular that the keeper mentioned, I wouldn't mind just sort of experiencing it for myself and just having a bit of a casual look around or see if anyone else has any other information in general terms. But I'd definitely feel more comfortable if we did a bit of, you know, bit of eyesight work or something on the Abbey before we try and enter. I feel like that's probably a good goal for us today.
Yeah, Raven. Are you sure you want to go off? All a motley crew, but just one individual looking like the way you look. I'm not saying it's bad, but judging by this town, you're gonna stand out pretty hard by yourself, and just
Oh yes,
would hate to see
if
you.
I stand out, I am not looking to stand out at all, and you all seem to be a clumpy bunch.
Right.
I just sort of tap my
Um,
armor. Well, what about if Alora goes with you? Being quite small, she'd be able to keep silent. I would imagine much easier in a fight. Or actually not she. I'm pointing to Alora. I'd say Alora, in a fight, you can use some of your
Laura's
transformation.
under the hat.
Yep,
Well,
she's asleep for right now.
she's okay. Yeah, if needed, you've at least got someone that in a fight can at least get some fangs out if you do get into some trouble while reconning.
If I get into some trouble while reconning, I am just going to do my level best to run away. I have no problem with being a coward.
That's fine.
Dorlith will get up and walk back up to the bar next to Liara, kind of put his elbows on the bar and lean in a little bit, his head like over his shoulder, like, you know, just kind of muffle a little bit. Give him a brief, real quiet, brief synopsis of what we just talked about at the table, and ask if Liara is ready to start walking around and take a look outside.
I take a swig of my ale because I got another one. Liaro will say, doesn't, our little roguish friend over there sneaking around go against our goals technically? If we seem like we're a threat to this town, I would much rather, not.
I mentioned that, but he's pretty sneaky. He's gonna try to give his chances. I mean, we really can't hold him down and drag him along. That'll look even worse. So I mean, if we just walk around like we're new, keep our eyes down or our heads down, eyes up, ears out, you might hear something.
Uh, you can see that Liaro doesn't exactly have full confidence in what you're saying.
Well, my friend, if you want to stay here at the bar drinking, I think everyone else is about to head out. You want to come talk it out, try to convince them to stay as a party, or come along? It's
Oh,
up
I
to you.
wasn't thinking we stick as a party. I just think him sneaking around is a bad idea. He can go off and do whatever. The idea that he's sneaking around is what upsets me.
That's what I said too, but he has confidence in himself. I mean, and Dorlith will look back at the table, probably just nod back in that direction. Come have a seat and talk away from prying ears, and he'll kind of just look at the barkeep a little bit.
And
Is he
all
going
right.
to say anything to the barkeep?
What?
You said he was going to look back at the barkeep?
Oh, I guess my mic didn't pick it up. He just looks at the when he says stay away from prying ears, and he'll just like glance at the barkeep.
Hmm. Okay.
Liara will follow along.
Dorlith will walk back to the table.
So, what's the verdict? Are we ready to go?
Liara,
I'm more than alright going. I just don't think it's a smart idea to have Raven, poking around.
My thought is more scouting, just having a look around rather than actively interfering with anything. Just to get some initial thoughts and visuals on some stuff around the Abbey. That's my only thought.
Around, I mean, that seems even worse than what Dorlif have told me. I, I, I am more against this than before.
Mm. What are your thoughts then? More than happy to listen to a suggestion.
I just think we
And there's
just
no
take it
sarcasm in my voice.
casual. I just think we take it casual. Like, don't draw any unnecessary suspicion to ourselves. Like, I'm sure you're like good at sneaking around, Raven, as we have all seen before, but like, I feel like that's just drawing unnecessary attention if people do see you.
Well, part of my thought was as a group, we're out and about in the city, walking around, being quite visible. Potentially,
Everyone
eyes
is
might
going to
wander.
everyone's going to speak about us, whether or not we do anything.
Mm.
Well, no, I figured they would speak about us, but if we, you know, get the
Who
up
says
look
people?
once.
You're thinking that I'm going to go and try and rob people. That's your thinking.
No, no,
Yes. You're thinking
no.
that I'm going to go out and do things that are not. I am just going to be more quiet than you and not
Mm,
walk around like you. I. That is all that I am saying. You're going to go walk through. Yes, people who notice me will notice me, but I'm going to be as quiet and silent as possible.
Well, what if I come up with a semi-compromise? What if we start all together? We walk through the town a little bit. Let's have a look and see if there's a pathway that, if it looks like you can a little bit more easily slip out unnoticed while we continue on a path, so that you can
Okay.
get some different visuals on the Abbey. So that way, if an opportunity, we feel like there's an opportunity for you to slip out and have a better look at stuff, we let you do
Yes,
that.
but I'm not only worried about the Abbey, I'm worried about. So we are now behind a wall that's 20 feet high. Why
Mm.
is it 20 feet high? That's. You don't have a wall that's that high for no
To either
reason.
keep things out or keep things in.
Next, uh, they have a door that lets people in. So
Mm.
obviously something's attacking them from the outside that they keep very tight control over.
Yeah. Well, this is
You
sort of
have
part of what I wanted to try and find out on our general walk,
right.
and then can more conspicuously have one or two of us that have that sneaking ability, like a better proficiency at being a bit
But
more
we
quiet.
we
Say,
already have all sorts of indicators here
mm,
that they are not only they have been here for a long time. They don't
mm,
get new people except very rarely. And then those people who do come very rarely are stuck here.
yeah. I actually
So
wouldn't even mind while you're out, if you do get a chance to slip away, to look if there's any other sort of exits, whether it's a broken part of a wall or a bit of forest, or because there's quite a lot of nature inside these walls, I'm guessing. Sorry, quickly, JR, when we were walking in, did we actually notice there is brush and bush and stuff in the town itself? Or was it quite open? It's very open and visible.
JR?
Sorry, I thought you guys could hear me. No, it's
Ah,
nearly
no.
forest-like with the amount of trees and vegetation in the area.
Okay, well then that definitely lends to what I'm saying is, you
Yep.
know, maybe part of the visual stuff of what I'm hoping that you can look for is any sort of little escape routes or secret passages, not to actively go through it all, but just to sort of scout out some potential, different
Um,
pathways or off the beaten track sort of stuff.
yes. And what I'll say right now is I don't think this is the right place to even try to escape from because I
Mhm.
don't. Um, they're set up to survive, and they're set up to
Yes.
survive for as long as possible. And obviously, people keep congregating here because they have to survive here longer.
Yes.
Um, I don't think it's going to be a matter of us trying to escape. I think it's going to be a matter of us trying to survive.
Fair point. Um, well then maybe keep an eye out for things like that. Maybe if there's any sort of
Yep.
hiding spots if we need to move quickly, something like
And,
that. Just
and if we ever need to get over that wall is that wall isn't really an obstacle for me.
I think if we
yeah.
just go back to the front door and say, all right, we're leaving, they might just let
Mm,
us out because they just let us in.
yeah.
They may, but I'm telling you right now, the wall is not an obstacle for me.
What's an
Mm.
obstacle for the
I'm
rest of
more
us?
just
So the front
thinking.
door might be the
I'm
best
just
way for
thinking
us to get
more.
out.
I'm just thinking
Yes.
more in emergencies. If we're in a
Yes.
pinch, or if we can't get to the front gate for any sort of reason.
And I can
Um,
always tie off ropes to help you climb.
hmm. And I'm also curious if you can to scout any sort of other ways or potential ways into the abbey itself. Any sort of secretive pathways that you might be able to find. Again, not to go too crazy and active through it, but just to sort of scout out potential sites.
All right.
Because the front door to the abbey itself may or may not be our best option. Or maybe some of us can go through the front door. Like, again, I just tap my armor. I'm not exactly very sneaky,
Yes. But we
but
also have to hear what's going on at the abbey currently. We just have
yes,
been told
definitely,
that there's something dreadful happening. I am
definitely.
yeah, this is not the fun type of town we go party in. This is the town
No.
where we never want to stop in. However,
Mm,
if you're here, you have to stay here and you have to stay alive. The
yes.
people around us, that despair isn't from uh waiting to leave. That's the despair of waiting to die.
Mm, agreed. So now I look to the other group members, and so what do we think of this? Is there any additional thoughts? If we're all starting together, and then if there is a better opportunity for Raven to slip off.
It's fine. I was just worried that might be going off in a place like this by himself. That's all I was worried
Again, I
about.
might suggest, well, what if Alora being small, what if she does accompany you? Because she can flit away quite easily with you.
That I have no problem with that.
Yeah. So that way, at least we've got at least two people together. What about that?
Hey, sounds about good enough for a place like this that we can ask for, I suppose.
Hmm. All right. So with that, Jakarta will just finish the last few sips of his ale. Stand up, and I'm ready to start wandering around town, looking for any opportunities or more information. If you guys are ready.
Oh,
As this conversation sort of finishes up, I take the top hat off, remove the goggles, hand it to Raven, and just start walking out of the tavern.
Yep.
You reach the cold air outside and see the path in front of you diverge in 3 different directions, one of them leading up to the Abbey. Where are you going to head?
I feel like we don't go too direct. I feel like maybe we just take a street first and then
I feel that
one.
we take the street going. Oh, so we've got this, the one to the Abbey, the one that seems to be through the middle, and the one to the outer side. I would say we go the outer side first.
Yep. Jugato nods his head, and if there's no objections, I'm gonna start walking.
DM, is there a well nearby that we're walking by?
Not that you can see.
All right, so I'm gonna keep my eye out for a well so I can get a drink whenever it pops up. You don't have to narrate or anything; it's just gonna happen.
No worries.
And so for Jugato, I'm looking for townspeople that might be standing out or in additional distress or any sort of things that seem out of place, or if anyone needs help, or if there's any sort of shops. So I'm looking for a few different things in general, or if there's healers or any sort of thing like that. I also do smithing. I've got smithing tools, so if there's a smith shop, I could also potentially offer services. Just stuff like that.
And in contrast to them, I'm looking for people just watching us and how they're watching us, and not expecting to see anyone be really chummy, but maybe the furtive looks of kids who might be around, people following us, um, stuff like that.
You know what? Go ahead and roll me perception.
Is that for both of us,
Yeah, go ahead.
or just yeah? Okay. What was it? Perception, yeah.
Yep.
So Jukoto got 15.
So did I.
All right. You detect no one following you, and aside from the few natives giving you a couple looks, you don't detect any kind of strange behavior from anyone.
Do I see anyone in sort of like additional distress, or that's sort of hiding or actively turning away from us?
As you walk down the street, a few people observing you from their porches go inside and close their doors as you pass by. But outside of that, no.
Hmm.
Is there
And then
like
what
a
about
trade
any?
market?
Yeah, I was about to ask any sort of shops or wares or something like that.
Anything that looks like one with signs on top or anything like that, they seem to be closed with lights off and doors locked.
Hmm. And what shops would we be? Even though they're closed, does it announce what shops, like signage or anything, what sort of things they do have?
One of them implies that it's a produce shop with a symbol of a leaf of some kind with an apple over it.
Mm-hmm. I guess we could get some food supplies if they're willing to trade with us.
Hmm.
I guess so. That's that first pathway, and I guess I'm happy to just sort of continue walking through the streets, sort of exploring the town, continuing just looking for the general stuff that I said I was looking for. Inching our way towards the abbey, and hopefully Raven gets a chance to slip out if possible, is what I'm potentially looking for. Well, Jukoto's looking for an opportunity to help Raven slip away.
Yeah, by any chance, is there a smithery here?
Not that you can see.
Continue exploring. I guess down the current path.
There look to be any, like, kids? Anyone younger than adults who may live and work here?
You see a few small pairs of eyes peering out of different houses as you pass them, but outside of that, no.
Okay. Keep walking down
So-
the path.
I wanna. Where's the pointer? No. That's drawing. Pointer. So I guess if we made our way towards the, so if we've gone through the town a bit, I want to sort of eventually check out the water, like this pathway, if there's anything down here. If we can make our way down here eventually, if we're not really
Sure.
picking out anything.
Go ahead and move you. As you reach this area, you find a large open shrine. Even under the gray skies, this pool at the north end of the village shimmers and sparkles. Near its shore sits an old gazebo on the verge of collapse. A wooden statue of a mournful, bare-chested man, its paint chipped and faded, stands in the gazebo with arms outstretched, as though waiting to be embraced.
With my cleric-y background, would I be able to recognize this shrine at all?
Is the shrine made out of
No.
wood or stone?
Wood.
Oh man.
There seemed to be a plate like the one in the house that we were at. Anything where we can read what it is, if there's anything like that?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay. It's a 12.
No.
Could I roll Arcana to see if there's like any magical references of a bear shrine?
Sure.
Could be a ritual, could be and nat 20. 24 to be
You,
exact.
You determine that there is magical power within the water, but you can't determine its origin or its purpose.
Yeah. Cool. I
So
cast
does-
Identify on the cleansing pool.
Okay. The water, it seems to have a benevolent air about it.
Malevolent.
You sense that. You
Malevolent.
sense that any kind
Benevolent.
benevolent.
Oh,
benevolent.
Benevolent. Sorry.
You sense that it may have healing properties of some sort.
Is this the first water that we've come across? Other than, like, is there... Like, I was looking for a well. Is this the first water we came across?
Yes.
Okay. Dorlith is going to lean down without knowing any of this information. He's just going to scoop up a little bit of water and drink it because he is parched.
Okay. You feel renewed as all of a sudden the exhaustion that bore down on your shoulders has disappeared and you feel fresh.
I guess I really needed that drink. You guys
So
keep
you'll
your
go
ale,
ahead
I'll
and
stick to water.
You can get rid of your level of exhaustion.
I actually already got rid of it since we had a long rest.
Oh,
But,
okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm cool with that being the reason. I'm down.
Looking at how Dorlith is kind of reinvigorated, I guess I would take like a sip of the pool.
Okay. You do the same, and any conditions you have on you are also clear.
I feel so free.
Dorlith is going to look at his water sack and shake it, and it's pretty. It's empty. So he's gonna fill it up with this water, if you will allow him to.
Fine by me.
I want to look around real quick, see if anyone's watching, just in case.
Go ahead and roll perception.
21. Not a natural 20. 21.
You don't find anyone giving you any attention.
I guess I'd go up to Raven.
I give
and...
Dorlith the go ahead on putting it into his water skin.
Was already doing it.
Yep.
It's already done.
Jukata would just sort of check in with Raven and see if he sees any opportunities. There's no one around.
Yep.
Did you see if you and Alora can find any pathways? Seems like there's no one else around, really.
The first thing being most important is also refilling my water canteen, because we were underground. We did a lot of exploring where I'm also light on water, so
Yeah, I guess I should probably do that too. Do we actually have water
my
skin?
water skin empty? How do I know if it can be empty? That's a question.
if you have one and you can assume that you are drinking from it, then yes, it would probably not be full right now.
Okay, then I'm gonna put some of this cleansing water into my own water skin.
Yeah, Jukata will do the same. I'll top it up if I'm missing any.
Are there any other buildings nearby?
Other than the small gazebo and the abbey on the hill, no.
Okay.
So, with where we're at currently, do I see the do we see the break in the wall between the abbey and that? For some reason there's a break in the wall?
No.
But we know the general direction of the abbey itself, though.
I'm assuming we can still see it on top of the hill.
Yep. You still see the abbey on the hill.
As we've gotten a little closer, do we hear like screaming, or did he say that was only at night? Do we hear anything coming from the
Seems to
abbey?
be pretty quiet.
So I've asked Raven if he wanted to slink off here, but otherwise, Jukata, because we didn't actually check out this little pathway. I'm just gonna let the group know. I'm gonna see if there's anything.
Oh, I
obvious.
mentioned that was the gazebo.
Oh, is that the gazebo there?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a separate thing we hadn't gone to.
He only described 2 buildings around the vicinity, the
okay.
abbey and the gazebo. So I figured, yeah, that's just the gazebo.
All right. Well, then I'll ask Raven. Would you prefer us to stay here, or do you want us to walk back?
No,
to the camp?
let's just keep walking, and seeing as we are this close to the cleared fields in front of the abbey, let's go to here and see what we see outside the edge of the forest. Is that farmland, or just is it
It's thick forest, so thick you can't see down the hill past the trees.
Oh, in the direction towards where the wall would be, but we're looking up at the abbey with where our marker is now, is because there seems to be multiple lines that seem to indicate height. Is that just the hill goes sharply up?
Yes,
there?
that's the hill pointing sharply downward.
Okay. And looking over to the side, where I would gather that it just seems to be forest so heavy we can't see through, do we see the last tower of the wall before we see the forest?
Yes.
If and I just mentioned the group, if we can't really see any secretive pathways or we're not quite sure if we can jump, if Raven, if you're not sure, you can go like tree to tree around the perimeter or anything like that, or as a group, then what if we just try our luck and start walking up and let's
Did anyone
have a look.
bother us as we were in town just walking around?
No one.
Dorlith will say, I agree. I feel like we should just keep doing that. Doesn't seem like anyone really paid us too much mind.
Hmm.
Well, we should be on the road here that goes up and along that leads us to the entranceway of the Abbey.
Yeah.
Eventually.
That's fine.
Did we climb up the hill? Am I missing that?
I thought we were
No,
still...
we were sort of like looking at the edge. We were looking at the edge of the forest to see.
We were
if
at
there
the
was-
edge, but the road would have been right there for us to see the because if we went to the edge, it would have been we would have been right on the side of the road as well.
Because JR, you're saying that hill is quite steep, like it's not an easy traversal up kind of thing.
Yes, the hill is quite steep, but the road leads up it pretty gently.
Correct. But like coming from this angle, trying to use the forest to like the I guess the question is, can we perceive a pathway using the forest to sort of use that foresty stuff to assist a secret pathway up or anything like that? So basic cheat,
No,
can we
it
cheat our way up?
probably wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay, that's fine. Well then, yeah, I'll stick to what I said to the group and say, all right, well, I think with nothing really going on and no one really interacting in the town, let's at least go to the entrance of the Abbey and get a start on whatever's going on.
As well,
'Cause-
because we have no idea when it is.
Yeah, and we do have a room ready for us already. Like that's already sorted. So I feel like we just start, and then I'll start moving.
When we reach this point, because I imagine nothing really happens between here to here, when the path divulges, we see any of the other buildings on the other side?
Are you going backwards? Because we had
Yeah, because we did the circle kind of thing.
in this way.
Yeah, we're going backwards.
Yeah.
Unless
Well,
you're saying that we went a whole circle around this thing already.
no. What
Yeah,
I
because
what I was saying was that we went through to here.
whoops, how do I undo that?
DM, how steep is this?
It's damn near a sheer face.
Yeah.
But
So how
we
do I
poked
delete my mark that I accidentally made? I was meant to do draw.
Just click the eraser button. So if you'll click on the paintbrush and then go over to the eraser button, and then you click
Oh, yeah.
on it, it'll
Yep,
get rid
got
of
it. Just got it. Thank you. Because yeah, I
What I
guess
was
like
saying
'cause
is-
we've already gone through there, correct?
right about there.
Yeah. So
'Cause
I guess
we poked our noses out here to look because we were so close
yes.
that the road to go up to the Abbey was right in front of us.
But it's a sheer cliff, a
Yeah.
sheer drop to that road from where we were standing. Or a sheer climb.
So yes, I feel like we just make our way back
Okay.
through town and then walk.
Whatever's
the path.
easiest.
Yeah.
I guess when we pass through this area, JR, are there any other shops?
No, not that you can tell. These seem to be all residential buildings. You approach another gatehouse.
So we're about here-ish now.
Indeed. The road from the village climbs above the mist to the wide ledge on which the abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and the rocky earth. The gravel road passes between two small stone buildings, to either side of which stretches a 5 foot high, 3 foot thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. Blocking the road are iron gates attached to the outbuildings by rusty hinges. They appear to be unlocked. Through the gates, the stone abbey stands quiet. Its two wings are joined by a 15-foot high curtain wall. A belfry protrudes from the rooftop of the closer northern wing, which also sports a chimney billowing a gray smoke.
Is there an open entrance in the gate?
The gate appears to be unlocked.
I'll slowly push through, just gently.
The gate squeaks as you enter, and on either side of you, you find two mongrel folk sleeping under piles of animal hides. They're both asleep, and neither of them awake when you enter.
Mongrel folk, do I recognize this as like a creature or just disheveled people kind of thing?
They're humanoids that have undergone or whose ancestors underwent horrific magical transformations, to the extent that they only retain a fraction of their original being. Their bodies incorporate the features of various beasts.
And this is something I would know.
Yes,
Okay.
Say we
I'll
take a
I
look
guess
around.
I'll step back and let them know. I'll just like take that step back and just ask the group, do we want to try and sneak past them, or do we want to just be aggressive in here? How do you guys want to?
Could
We're
we
definitely
not
moving
take
forward,
it
but
casual? I feel like we don't need to particularly disturb them, nor do we need to do anything rash.
mm,
Plus, we don't even know who may be here or not.
I
Say
just
if
know
they
that
didn't
these
wake up.
creatures have been. I just know that these creatures have been mutated. What did you say? Mutated by monstrous and magical means? Magical means and
yes.
mutated with monsters. So they've definitely lost a lot of their own personality. Do we want to take advantage of their slumbering state, or do we take a risk and see if they're not aggressive?
I mean, if you creaked open the door and they didn't wake up, I'd say we can just casually.
Oh, I'm definitely asking, like, am I getting my hammer out and we take a swing while they're slumbering?
Oh no.
I would leave it sheathed, my friend.
Liara would highly suggest against that.
All right, well then, so then the answer is stealthily walk past or just let them walk?
I think we just casually walk.
Dorla just continues to walk forward.
If
Yeah, well then,
if you
walking
know
forward.
if they wake up and talk to us, then we can ask them questions.
All right, well then, walking forward it is then.
You can move your tokens as you wish.
I want to have a bit of a look over here.
We'll stand around here for now.
Because I'm guessing I might have noticed gravestones or something.
Indeed. Stunted pine trees grow out of the rocky earth in the graveyard near the foundation of the abbey's north wing. The windows of the structure are cracked panes of leaded glass. Ancient gravestones burst from a thin crust of snow in the yard. Below the Beyond the low wall that surrounds the graveyard, the ground falls away. The village lies 400 feet below, and the view is breathtaking.
Um, if I was to sort of investigate the grave site, so I'm not looking to disturb it or anything, but I just sort of want to walk through in general and have a bit of a look around at the graves in general, and then also looking at the building that it surrounds as well. Not so much the walls, but the building and the graves as I'm walking around to probably around here-ish.
They seem to be simple gravestones with headstones made of stone, all of them with engravings marking the names of the person that's buried there.
And then if I'm looking down at the wall along here, am I seeing any doorways, window, anything like that?
Just one window. You can't see through it though, as it's been leaded and covered up.
It's been covered. So if I was to look in, it's definitely covered up, kind of thing.
Yes.
All right. Well, then I'll walk back, join the group, and just having a look. And so I'm talking to the group. I've had a quick look around the side. There's a leaded up, boarded window. Couldn't really see anything else apart from graves.
So,
Walking up here,
Say, sorry, just quickly. These windows. I'm presuming windows. Any difference?
Yes. They're also covered by curtains.
Okay.
about
Uh,
how many graves are there? Does it seem to be a lot for such a small town?
Quite a few, yes. It seems to be quite a few, maybe 40.
Would I've noticed old, new, anything like that? Like some are freshly dug or anything?
None are distinctly fresh. They all have the same film of snow over them.
Okay. Um,
so looking at these doors, do they? How do they look?
There's a 15-foot high curtain wall joining the two wings. Behind its battlements, you find two guards standing at attention. Below them, set into the wall, is a pair of 10-foot tall wooden doors reinforced with bands of steel. On the right of the wall is a tarnished copper plaque.
What does the plaque say?
sorry, where are the guards? Just on our side of the wall and gate.
Yes, the walls, right on the outside of the walls, with
Yep.
their faces obscured by fog.
Mm,
What is? You said there was a plaque.
Yes, on the right side of the doorway is a copper plaque, which appears to bear these words: Abbey of Saint Markovia, may her light cure all illness.
Neat.
So walking closer to the doors, does it look like the those guards are us from doing anything?
They are completely still.
Oh, I think that one guy barked though. He must be having a nightmare.
Um,
Can I try
I,
to go ahead?
I as the group is trying to explore that, I'm keeping my eyes at least peeled to see if something wakes up the two guards that we left alive.
You're just looking back to see if they're awake?
Well, see if they're moving towards us. See if they're awake. Yeah.
No, you see no sign that they've woken up.
Can I try to open the doors?
The doors are heavy, but they're unlocked, and they open nearly silently, opening to show a large courtyard filled with thick fog. The courtyard is surrounded by a 15-foot high curtain wall on which stand several guards with their backs to you, or it seems so at first. It's clear now as you get closer that all of the guards you find standing on these walls are merely scarecrows. Wooden doors to the north and to the east lead to the abbey's two wings. In the center of the courtyard is a stone well fitted with an iron winch to which a rope and bucket are attached. Along the perimeter, tucked under the overhanging wall, are several stone sheds with padlocked wooden doors, as well as 3 shallow alcoves that contain wooden troves. The 2 wooden posts pounded into the rocky earth have iron rings bolted to them, and chained to one of them is a short humanoid with bat wings and spider mandibles. The quiet is shattered by horrible screams coming from the sheds.
These
I
are the sheds, correct?
quietly go. Yikes! No, those are the chests.
Those are chests. Sorry, which one's the
Those are
sheds?
troughs, I thought.
The sheds are here. Yes, those are troughs.
Okay, those are
Oh,
troughs, and the sheds are around here.
These are sheds. That is a shed, that is a shed, and those are sheds.
Um. All right. So they've all gone inside, and the 2 guards that were standing on either side of the doorway, have they reacted at all?
As you pass by them and get closer, you realize that they're just scarecrows.
Okay.
Am I able to check these 2 parapets?
There's nothing of interest or value in them.
Do these screams that we're hearing right now, do they sound human?
Vaguely. They have an uncanny resemblance to humanity. They're human for the most part, but not quite.
Okay.
They're just off by some little bit.
So I'll just ask the group. There is word that strange things have been happening here. I'm reluctant to immediately interact with the people screaming.
First off, should we check if that one over there might be alive?
Yeah.
I look at him. Is he alive?
You approach her, and she stands 5 feet tall with a wiry, spindly build. She has 3 red spider eyes on the right side of her face, and while the left side appears human, she has a frog's foot in the place of the left hand, and a taloned crow's foot where the right foot should be, with bat wings and spider mandibles.
Conscious, yeah?
Yes.
Does it look like it's angry or anything? Or if it's hostile towards us?
She seems to cower away as you approach, but is pulled back by a metal chain attached to the post.
Okay.
No.
So, can I tell if this is like a disease or like a poison or anything?
No, she's just a mongrel folk. It's what she is.
My name is Yukadu. What is yours?
When
We're
you
sure
open
that
your
guy's
mouth,
a scarecrow?
when you open your mouth to speak, she spreads her wings and tries to fly away, once more being yanked back down to the ground by her chains, and cowering away from you and screaming nonsense into the air. She doesn't seem to be quite coherent.
Norlith is going to walk up to the other side of the post there, kind of kneel a little bit, and say, I know what it's like to be misunderstood for what you are. If you could help us understand, we could help.
She looks at you for a moment before her eyes start darting all over the place. And the only intelligible text that you can get from what she's saying is that there are powerful enemies hunting her, and their agents are everywhere she goes. They're watching her all the time.
Hmm.
But where are those screams coming from? What are they?
She continues rambling on with nonsense, not giving a coherent answer to your question.
Just out of curiosity, does something like healing word help with mental states at all or anything like that? Or it's purely
No.
just a physical thing?
Healing Word is a purely physical spell.
So Dorlith is gonna take out his water skin and take a small sip and like smile and like gesture a little bit with it to the creature. See if it'll take a swig.
She puts her nose near the opening and smells it before cowering away again.
Hmm. Well, it's
Brings
not
me a
like
little
water.
concerned since we were drinking from it.
If I was to step back, because connected to a chain, correct?
Yes.
Can I judge roughly how far the creature can reach from that chain?
Only about 5 feet.
So, what would happen if I was just to nick a little cut and just drop a couple of bloods just at the edge of her range? Does she react to the blood?
She does not.
Do we take a chance and let her go, or do we want to look around and leave her for the moment?
I don't think we let her go at this point in time. But I think we just leave her be for right now,
Mm-hmm.
and we check out one of the. I want to check out um, one of these shacks,
Mm-hmm.
to see what's actually in the shack. I understand that there is a possibility it may attack, but I don't want to do one near her. I want to do one at a clearer area.
Okay. I'll come and support you with this.
Mm. As you go around the courtyard, opening each shed, the locks break off easily as they're not very well maintained, and shackled to the back walls of each one is a wretched humanoid with all manner of bestial deformities. They um they have all kinds of deformities, and they're even more malnourished and wiry than the one you found outside.
And they're shackled to the back wall.
Hmm.
Oh, that's good.
I'll approach one and just check um again what's your name, Chikotl? Just check
They
their
have the same
external.
reaction as the mongrel outside did, shrinking back into the corner and hiding themselves away from you.
I'll ask, do you want to live or be free? And I'll, like, as I say it, do you want to live and make a hand gesture as an option, or be free? And it's like the other open hand kind of thing, like a left or right sort of option, like a yes or no. Do you know what I mean?
None of them give you a coherent answer, all just rambling nonsense if they even bother to respond at all.
Um,
If I was to approach one a bit closer, gingerly, can I inspect the chains, the shackles? Like, would they allow me to investigate how secure they are? I'm not releasing it, just I'm trying to, yeah.
They try to move away from you, but once they reach the back of the shed, they just cover their heads and cower. So they don't stop you.
Mm-hmm. So then, how secure do I feel? Like, is there any sort of catch release? Is there any sort of easy manipulation of this? Yeah. Is it a key?
The shackles are placed on tightly, but they can be broken.
um. So I call the group together over here and say, go. I think we need to talk for a minute. I think we're in a really bad spot. What we currently have around us, 11 creatures, because I'm also counting the two guards,
Mm-hmm.
who may at some point in time be released. I don't think they can be released even if we were to let them go. We can't let them go because I don't think there's anything human in them. I don't think they can think for themselves anymore. I think they are just, they're broken. I think someone
So
has
then,
broken them completely.
so then is the answer to kill them? So it's either, I feel like it's either leave them, kill them, or try and give them a chance and let them go and see what happens.
The
Because
reason we
when I
can't let them
investigated,
go, the reason we
yeah, so
can't
like
let
when
them
I
go
investigated,
is the town.
yeah, I feel like when I investigated those chains, the shackles, even though the shackles are on them quite tight, there's only so much they're going to hold. So to a point, these things could potentially break free, or someone could potentially break them. Um, so then that means you're saying we're either killing them or leaving them. But I think leaving them, they can easily probably break through if something was to happen. I I feel like with the way they're acting, we take a chance and try and show them an act of kindness, slowly, and we just take a chance on that.
I'll say this: if you can heal one through, uh, you're a cleric. If you call on your
Mhm.
god to heal one to the point where it can survive, or it becomes coherent again, then maybe we have a path forward.
Mhm.
But if you call on your god and your god can't even, you can't bring them to coherence in any way, I don't think there's a path forward. Uh, Leaving them alive.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's. I've got no arguments. I'm fine. Um, I'm willing to try something with this person that is in the field. So, okay. So JR, with the spells that I've got, do I have a feeling that any of these potentially could help? Like bless or cure wounds, healing word, word of radiance, spare the dying, sacred flame, prayer. Do I get a sense of what I would want to try.
Mm, what I'll tell you is that the problems that these creatures have aren't physical in nature. They've been driven mad by their wretched biology, and there isn't necessarily anything you can do for them, but you may be able to succeed if you try the right thing.
Alright, so I feel like I want to try Bless with
Does
the
Bless do?
intention. So it says you bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw. So I'm thinking because the blight of I'm thinking bless not so much as the physical attack thing, but
You
bless to
think they
sort
could
of help
roll? You think they
some
can
sort
roll
of.
better against their mental saves?
Yeah, that's
But,
sort of what I'm thinking mechanically, but that's my intention to use bless.
well,
So
and I guess my suggestion is, if you have a prayer, pray to your God first, and and then and then do what feels most right at that point.
yep. All right. So let me think. So I'll offer up a little prayer, ready myself mentally a little bit. So Syrian is the god that I follow. What is it? Syrian? Is that what it is? Yeah, Syrian, god of fire and change. So I'm offering up a prayer. I look to try and bless these creatures, these tormented creatures in front of me. Um, with your help, Syrian, to give them a chance of cleansing what torments them and hopefully give them a semblance of self again. Please assist in any way or show me a way or show us a way that we might be able to help these creatures find some sort of peace. And then I'll cast Bless. So it says up to 3 creatures. I guess 1, 2, 3.
You pray, and as you cast your spell, you don't hear words back, but you feel a wave of emotion and maybe the feeling of concepts wash over your mind, and you recognize it as your deity communicating with you. But it's a feeling of sorrow, as it seems that there's nothing he can do for them.
Um,
The spell is
I'll,
cast, but nothing happens to the mongrel before you.
There's
I'll
nothing
turn.
we can
Alright.
do.
Yeah, I'll turn to the group and let them know that feeling, that sense of sorrow that I feel like the deity sent me a message that within my powers and what my God helps with, I honestly don't know how to help these creatures with my abilities. I asked a question.
There's nothing we can truly do, Chicago. Like Raven said, while I hate to admit this, it's either leave them here or or let them be free.
With so Joe, with any of the stuff that I've sensed or tried doing with Bless or anything, do I get a sense of any sort of feelings of intent from these creatures, or does Syrian help me understand sort of any of their intents, sort of thing? Like, is there malevolence within them, or
The only
If I
intent
could
you
put
can
in
sense within them is to survive.
okay?
if I could
Oh
add
yeah,
some input, all we've been seeing them is just retching themselves back from any of us because they are afraid. They are scared. They're afraid of what we might do to them. Freeing
Well,
them would only, and I would like to free them, would only help them temporarily. But I guess, in a way, if anything, I would just free them and let them do as they want. If they survive, they survive. If they do not, then they do not.
Must have been a reason that someone turned them like this. There has to be a reason. It doesn't look like any of them wanted this. So, I mean,
And when Dorlith says that, I suggest maybe we should check the inner walls then. I point towards the door past you, Cuddle.
The dwarf told us that to stay away from the abbot up here at the abbey. I say we have a conversation. We find who did this, who's in charge here, and we might be able to persuade them to do something. And Dorlith gets like visibly angry. This is not okay.
I go up to him and like try to give Dorlith comfort.
People just don't understand the misunderstood. Which makes no sense.
I feel like we take a chance because only by giving trust can we ever try to earn it. An act of kindness for these creatures who are clearly tormented, and I feel that they just want to survive is the intent that I can really only see within them. Like many of us, feel we just let them go and let them at least have a chance. Why not give them a chance in the forests? We could always escort them if they'd allow us, or if not, let them run. We could watch them.
Maybe maybe there is an idea with Dorlith's words. If we could find out who this person who did this to them, and if we could convince them to at least undo some of the mental damage that they have caused, perhaps they can live again. And as I say this, I go up to this door. JR, is this door locked?
No.
Jucotl, watch my back.
Yes.
Or watch in front of me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I open the door.
Give me just a moment.
Dorlith will walk up next to everyone else, but he'll hold his hand out to this creature here to try to like comfort it or do something as everyone's heading toward that building, just to show that we're not here to harm them.
So you're opening this door here?
Yes.
All right.
Real quick, are they all still screaming, or are they just like babbling incoherently?
The latter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This room used to be an office, as evidenced by the remains of a desk and a chair, both of which have been smashed to pieces. The hallway to the south leads to a staircase going up. A dark passage to the east is full of unnatural whispers, mad laughter, and bestial odors. The lightless corridor has multiple doors, behind which lie creatures that shatter the quiet with their mad cackles and whispered curses. As you enter down the hall, the stench becomes overpowering. Even in the gloom, you can make out a monstrous shape lumbering down the hall. When the darkness from the door is cast away and can no longer hide its true identity, your eyes are treated to a terrifying 7-foot tall assemblage of human body parts, followed by another of its kin, who grab you in their giant arms and toss you back out into the courtyard while screaming unholy sounds at you. Need
So,
everybody
we
to
literally
go
got
ahead
tossed back
and
out,
roll
yeah?
initiative. Yes.
Yeah.
The two follow you out and step into the light. I'm gonna put you there,
initiative.
Liara.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Did you cuddle with a 10?
Wow. I have +5 to initiative, and that did not help at all.
6.
Yeah, right there with you.
So you said Jucardle had a 10?
Yep, did you cuddle with a 10?
You had 6s?
So I had
Liara and
Raven had a
Raven?
6. Yeah.
And Liara?
And Liara, yeah, I am below Liara in the roll. Trust me.
But is that Doralith with a
Wait, what'd you
21?
have, though?
Yep.
I have
No,
a
that
6.
was Aurora with a 21.
Dorlith got a 21 as well.
Okay.
I have a 6, but I rolled a 1 to start initiative. So
I rolled a
I'm
6,
going
but I got a
last.
4. And Orlif and Laura got natural 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Who would like to go first?
You can, Laura go first. I'm okay with that.
All right. In that case, yeah, that'll be fine. As the creatures step out into the light, you can see them, two hulking masses of assembled flesh, clearly not their own. They look human, but they're not all made of the same human. The huge creatures step forward towards you and into the courtyard, seemingly in defense of whatever's back down that corridor. Alora will go ahead and start us off by casting Produce Flame. It's 17 to hit, and it'll hit. Deal. That's an unlucky roll. That's a 1.
Oh.
We're on to you, Dorlith.
So noticing them coming out, this winged spider creature beside me, does it cower away from them?
Yes.
So
It tries
okay.
frantically, even more than when you approached it. It's trying frantically to fly away and get away and shrieking unholy madness into the sky, trying to escape.
So Darlith will, you'll see his hands ball up into fists, and he'll take like his left hand across his waist and just in a wide arcing motion from right to left. He'll swing his arm in the direction of these two, and there will be like a dark, like ichor, kind of like smokiness release from his fingertips at both of these creatures as he casts sleep.
Okay. Is there a save for that?
There is no save. I just roll 5d8. Total is how many hit points the creatures on the spell can affect, starting with the one with the least number of hit points.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then in
Real
ascending
quick, then,
order.
before we continue, GR, which is A and which is B?
I'll just do that for you now.
Which one did Allura hit?
Laura hit A.
So I roll 5d8, and then however much you take off of whatever the lowest number is, and if it gets them to 0, they fall asleep, and whatever carries over goes to the next one. But if it doesn't get to 0, they don't go to sleep.
Okay.
So it starts
All
one at a
right.
time with the one with the lowest hit points. So 20.
That will not do it.
Nah, that won't do anything. Okay. Cool.
You see one of them falter slowly. A wave of exhaustion comes over them, and then very suddenly returns to its full height and then continues stalking forward.
Okay. Dorlith will take a step. Nope, he'll just stay where he's at. That'll end his turn.
Okay. We're on to Zucotl then.
Oh, if I may,
Oh, yes, sir, go on.
I have something that Jude might like to have, but you
Mhm.
know,
Are we at
I
the
guess it
same
depends if
initiative?
you're moving away from me. Do you intend to move away?
Well, are we at the same initiative? Because isn't there 2 people with a 10?
No, I got a 6.
Oh, you're at a 6.
Alora and Dorlif got the same initiative, and then I got the same initiative as Raven at a 6.
Okay.
But I guess the
I
question
guess-
is, are you going to move away anytime soon?
Well, I was actually going to see if I could use my Warhammer or something like that to buckle its legs and put it prone. Put a prone or something like that.
Okay, that works. As long as you're not moving from your spot,
do
then I
something
can
like
do the
that?
thing that I intend to do. Just, on my turn.
Are
Okay,
you
so I
trying to
just want to put it.
trip him?
Yeah, but I'm trying to put him at a big, because he's a big creature. I'm guessing because I'm a little bit under 7 foot myself, but he's then he's like 2-3 feet taller than even me.
Well, he's
Is that
about
correct?
7 feet tall, so he's about 6 inches, 8 inches taller than you.
Okay, so he's a little bit taller than me. Yeah, I'd still want to, being a big creature, I just want to sort of put him down, put him to a knee, put him on the ground, buckle his legs. I want to just create some nice big advantage on him, kind of thing.
Okay, it'll take you an action to do.
Yep, no, I understand. That's fine.
Shit, yeah, roll to hit. If you roll 20 or above, I'll let you call your shot
Okay. Is that a Warhammer or unarmed?
with your warhammer.
Cool.
20 to hit, damn.
It's a 9.
When he said 20 to hit, yeah, I thought, yeah, the probably wouldn't work.
It'll
Now,
hit,
if it-
but you won't get your shot.
Okay, so no damage, correct? Because I was going
No,
for
no, it'll deal damage.
Oh, I'm still down. Oh, okay, cool. All right,
Yeah,
so.
you swung a warhammer at him.
Oh wait, but it's 9. I hit with a 9 anyway. That a 9, I don't go through AC. I can
Who
throw
knows?
their
These
AC
guys
is.
might. We don't know what his AC is, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh
On
my
a
god,
total
they
of
have less
9 to
than a
hit?
9? Let's go!
Okay.
Well, they are
One
giant mounds of skin and flesh, not
total
wearing no
of
armor.
7 damage with the Warhammer.
Okay.
So because I was doing a bit of a cold shot, I'm presuming I'll lose my unarmed follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fine. I'll let that be for this turn.
All right then. After you strike it with your warhammer, it raises its arms and it goes back to hit you in return. The first one's going to be a 20 to hit, and the second will be a 24.
Okay, the 20 fails, but the 20 does hit.
The
24
Sorry, the
hits.
20.
hits.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Thank you.
All right. It'll deal 10 bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
Now I know Giucaro will like the thing I'm about to give him.
All right. Raven,
You
we're on
said
to you.
10? 10, correct?
10 bludgeoning damage.
Yep. Cool. Done.
Now we're on to Liara.
Damn, B got lower than the 6s? Lol. Okay. As Yukaro takes this hit, I say to him, "Don't worry, you're the one we truly need," and I cast Heroism on him.
Oh, this sounds good.
What heroism does is that a willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. When the spell ends, the target loses any remaining temporary hit points from the spell. So, from my
I'm willing.
bonuses, I believe you gain 2 temp HP.
2? Okay, cool.
Will
And
that be it for your
then, now, with my move action, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15 feet over to here.
Okay.
I'm a ranged character. What am I going to do
Got
up
a bonus
close?
action for me?
I wish I did, but I never got time to make that steel defender.
All right. In
Yep.
that case,
So back to our usually scheduled program.
all right. Well, the second flesh golem steps forward and swings to attack the screeching, escaping mongrel. Swings both of its arms hard.
You monster.
Dealing 31 points of bludgeoning damage and killing the mongrel instantly.
I would like to take Rebuke the Violent as a reaction to that.
Sure. What does it do?
Needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's the effect?
If he fails, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt, or half
Okay.
on a success.
Okay, it's a 14.
It succeeds, so it takes half
So-
of whatever it just dealt.
Be 15 radiant damage.
Nice. That's mean.
All right.
So,
Let's go.
is it my turn?
It is.
All right. To the one that has now moved up to me, I will hit it with my rapier.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Nice.
That will hit. Give me damage.
Nice.
All right.
And hold on, I think that I also get my if I'm reading this correctly, please let me know if I'm not. With my I don't need advantage on an attack roll to use sneak attack against the creature if I'm within 5 feet of it. So I get sneak attack damage as well.
Go ahead then.
Nice.
All right.
And with that, I will take my bonus action as to attack it with my short sword. How
All
that
right.
goes. Nine
That'll
to
hit.
hit.
Yep, that'll hit. Go ahead and give me damage.
So 7 damage plus again with the is 6. So 13 damage in total.
If I remember
And-
correctly, you only get sneak attack once per turn.
Yeah, on
Okay,
your
once
first
per turn.
attack. Yep.
All right, that's fine. So that's still just 7. That's 7 more damage. But when that happen, after that happens, I'll take my move action to move back to here, and it does not get a shot of opportunity on me.
Oh yeah, what was your? I'm sorry. Oh no! You don't get advantage, or you don't get sneak attack on that attack because you don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy is within 5 feet of it.
Yes. But there was
Yeah.
another enemy within 5 feet, so. But I also moved.
No, the other enemy is 10 feet away.
Oh, hold on.
We're starting from A, and we go down 5, 10.
Okay.
Yep.
So
So just getting
I
ready
only
to-
did 17 damage instead of 27 damage.
No worries.
That's all right.
But I do move away without it attacking me because of my fancy foot.
All right. Where is this feature? Am I inept or what? Nah, there it is. You make a melee attack. Okay, cool. All right. We are around to Alora. We'll follow up with another spell. Let's say produce flame again. Sure, why not? That'll be an 11 to hit for 3 fire damage. All right, we're on to you, Dorlith.
Is this creature in front of me looking pretty rough after the hits that he just took?
It was looking rough before it got hit.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. I am going to look from the creature to the dead mongrel that was beside me. Just the horns that are like on top of my head start to like shimmer this weird bluish blackish color, and my hand will go up and touch it and grab whatever shimmery ichor is from it and reach out and cast Sacred Flame on B.
All right, is there a hit?
No, it's a Dex saving throw.
All right. On which one? B?
On B, yep. Needs to beat a 12.
It's an 8.
All right.
Go ahead and roll me damage.
2 points of radiant damage. And then, no. He will walk around to over here. That'll be end of his turn, just staring at this thing.
Jucarl then.
So with that creature that B killed, is it dead, or is it unconscious? Like spare the dying.
Oh no, it crushed its fucking skull.
Okay, so it's dead.
Yep.
He's gone.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep working on A. I'm just gonna go for some straight hits, Warhammer, and then just an unarmed follow-up.
Go ahead.
So Warhammer is a natural 20, so for 25.
All right. Go ahead and give me damage with crit.
So I believe it's automatically added the crit. So
No.
a 2. No, because it made me roll 2. It automatically made me roll 2.
Jeez, that's weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Get
it's
an
been doing it
N20s.
like. Yeah, so
And you never
it made
said
it
that we had to
2d8.
roll to confirm.
Yeah, because when I rolled the 20, it then did 2d8 plus 3 rather than the 1d8.
Yep,
Yeah,
I see.
Yep,
Yeah.
but he still rolled crappy, so yay!
Yeah, I rolled a bit average. So 8 total, and then followed up with an unarmed is
Okay.
a 19 total. So
Yep.
4 damage total for unarmed.
You strike it hard, but the creature doesn't even seem to feel pain, and it just keeps pressing forward, getting closer to you, and striking out at you. And directly after you attack it, it just completely unfazed goes to attack you back. First will be a 13 to hit.
Not even
And the
close.
second will be a 20.
No, just misses.
All right, so
Bounces off the
it'll
shield.
it'll strike you twice with its arms, but both attacks are turned away effectively by your armor and your shield. We're on to Liara.
Having saw the creature die, I pull out my heavy crossbow and aimed at this amalgam of stitched up body parts with my heavy crossbow. And I shall roll to see if I hit. I got an 11.
That'll hit.
I deal 3 damage.
All right.
And that will end my turn.
All right. The second flesh golem, Dorlith, turns to you after absolutely crushing the mongrel that was trying to get away. Grabbed it out of the sky and slammed it on the ground before bringing the other other fist down on its head, just completely crushing it and leaving it a gory mess. And then turns to you with its bloodied knuckles and tries to do the same to you. First, going to be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
The second will be a 26
They'll both hit.
for a total of 13 bludgeoning damage.
Oh god, that is lucky.
Oh, that's very lucky. Oof. Dorlith takes it in stride, but he's looking a little rough.
We're on to Raven.
Okay, so I move up to there, and I will attack the monolith, the flesh, whatever he is, with advantage with my rapier.
Okay.
Where's the advantage coming from?
Dorlith.
Flanking.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
At least
that's a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Jet. Outside.
With 6. And
All
because I have advantage, I will get my sneak attack, which will be an 8.
All right.
And then I will try and hit it again with my short sword. Aha! And my short sword
No.
will do 11 damage total.
All right.
And then I shall move back. So I am no longer there to be hit.
That's gonna. Well, were you at A or B?
I was at B.
Okay, that's gonna proc an opportunity attack on the way out.
It shouldn't.
No,
He's a
yes,
rogue,
because you
isn't he?
struck it with a melee attack.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. All right. Alora then, seeing Dorlith get struck pretty hard, will turn and cast Healing Word at 2nd level.
Nice.
It'll heal for 8.
Gladly take it.
All right. she'll go ahead and wild shape as a bonus action into her direwolf form.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Just a minute, I've got to pull up the stat block real quick. I have it in here somewhere. There it is. All right. Let's continue. We're on to Dorlith.
Yes. Does it look like casting spells for that radiant damage that it took? Does it look like it did anything to it? Phased it at all?
It connected well, and it dealt some damage physically. There are burns on the creature's body, but it's not reacting as though it's in pain.
It's just a huge hit point sponge.
So
It doesn't
Dorlith,
feel anything.
Dorlith is going to take out his rapier and angrily just jab at its chest for a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Nice. 6 points of pokey stabby damage. And then as his bonus action with his dagger, he's going to swipe across just under where he's stabbed for a 20, dirty 20 to hit. And,
Yeah.
ooh, max damage. 6 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Yep. And then he will... Nope, he's going to stay where he's at and just, like, gather its attention.
All right. Our big dragon man.
Cool. I'm just gonna keep swinging. Nothing fancy. Just keep swinging.
All right.
So 15 with the warhammer.
Yep. That'll hit.
Damage is 6 total,
All right.
and then unarmed follow up and 19 natural, so 24 total, and then 4.
All right. That'll be it for your turn.
Yep, nice and simple.
All right. And as is normal at this point, the creature absorbs the strikes and turns back immediately to swing back at
wait.
you.
That was Yukado's turn, right? I kind of missed that.
Yes.
Okay, he gains 2 temporary HP.
Another, or it's still the same
Fine.
two?
It's
It
as long
stacks.
as it's heroism. As long as heroism's running, he gets 2 temporary hit points a turn.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, so that means I'd be at a total 6 temp.
No, you're at 4.
At 4. Okay. Well, I've had 3 turns though.
Yeah, but
No,
he
Oh,
went
since
after
you
you.
cast
though.
it too. Oh, okay, I get you. Sorry. So
It's
so
all
it's
good.
accumulative though. It is accumulative though.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well then I've got 4 total. Sweet.
All right. It'll be an 18 and a 23.
Only the 23.
Okay. Or 8 bludgeoning damage.
8 total. Right. So that comes off. Done.
Y'all can see my rolls, right?
No, actually.
Which,
Just to you.
Huh.
because you were talking about every time you've ever rolled for an enemy, no, we have never saw your rolls once. If you're talking
Yeah, I've
about
never seen
rolls
any.
that you were playing as Alora, we have been seeing those.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right. Liara.
Yet again, with my heavy crossbow ready, I try aiming at the giant mound's head, B, and just shoot at it.
All right.
That
Let's see it.
is a, if that dice would move, 21 to hit. Not a natural, but still good.
All right. Give me damage.
I do Yeah, let's go. Max damage 12.
Nice.
All right.
And with all that, that would end my turn. Is the mound B still up?
It's still standing.
Damn. Took an arrow to a head.
So just
Dorlith
quickly,
once again. What?
sorry, with Jukado's hits, even though it's not reacting to the pain, I am still seeing damage go through though, correct?
Yes, it's kind of hard to tell because you're not using a slashing weapon, so you
Yeah.
can't see cuts and bleeding. You're almost sure that when you strike it, you're breaking bones and causing damage, but it's hard to see
Yeah.
from the outside because of the nature
Yeah,
of
of
your
course.
weapon.
Yeah, of course. That's fine.
Gotta break his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Dorlith, once again, with no one else to focus on, the creature turns to you and swings at you again. First one will be a 15,
Just
and the
misses.
second a 13.
Just misses.
All right, then we're on to Raven.
Bob and
I
weave.
move up. And do my rapier. Advantage. For 11 to hit.
All right, that'll hit.
For nice 11 damage for the rapier.
All right,
And then 4 damage for the sneak attack with that.
great.
And then to hit it with my short sword. Ooh, like the short sword. Not 20 with the short sword.
Yep.
Isn't that short sword made out of silver?
Yes. Which is going to be an 8.
All
And
right.
then I go, whoop. I pop back and go, thanks, Dorlith.
You.
That's what
I got him
that's
on the
what I could
ropes.
do.
And as you bounce back, you see a large canine leap into the place you were just standing and attack the large creature with its jaws. Just a moment.
I forget about the dire wolf.
Yep. Get 12 to hit. That'll hit. And it'll deal 11.
It also
Piercing.
has advantage, by the way, if you wanted to roll it again. See if you can crit.
I did.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
All right. We'll move on to Dorlith.
Seeing that he has his rapier out, at advantage. Roll. Okay, 17. It's going to be 7 points of piercing damage as he jabs into it, and then he's going to follow it up with a dagger slash.
All right.
Or a...
Yep,
That'll
that'll hit.
be 3 points of damage from that, and he will just maintain focus and stay where he's at because it seems to be working okay for everyone else.
Jucaro.
At the start of Shikado's skull, to turn, he gains temporary HP 2.
Indeed.
Sweet, thank you. imbued with that heroism. I'm looking nice and strong, but I am breathing heavy hits that I've taken. Feeling a couple. But empowered with heroism, I'm gonna just continue swinging through, nice and strong. Warhammer 22 total
Yeah.
on the hit, and 8 damage total.
All right.
And then follow through with unarmed with a 21 total, and then 4 flat damage.
All right. That can be it for you.
Yeah, that's bonus and movie thing.
All right. The flesh golem, again absorbs your attacks, and this time you can distinctly feel the crunch of bone under your strikes as its body is beginning to give way, but it's still strong enough to turn back to you and strike you again with 2 more heavy strikes.
Mm-hmm.
The first is going to be a 14,
Nah,
and the
shrug
second
that
a
away.
23.
Okay, 23 hits. I'll shrug the first one with the shield, but unfortunately leaves me open. I guess I take that hit.
It'll be 16.
That is an unconscious.
Mm.
It does go down to 14.
Wait, it goes down to 14?
Temporary hit points.
No,
I
no,
think
no.
that was even
16
with the hit.
total. 16 total is with that, so that's an unconscious. You said 16 damage, correct?
Yes, 16 damage.
Yeah. Yeah,
16
so with
bludgeoning
10,
damage.
that's unconscious. So that's -1 to what I was.
Don't worry about negatives. I don't do crushing kills.
Okay, yeah. But no, I'm just saying like the totals, it put me over the 0. That's all I was saying.
All right. Now mark yourself in death saves, and we will continue with Liara.
So where do I put in death saves?
You won't have to because
Oh,
knowing
it did it for me. It actually changed the health thing to it.
Yep, it'll switch for you, and then once you succeed 3 times, it'll turn it back for you.
seeing Shukaro having fallen down, I cast Cure Wounds on him.
All
And
right,
he
go ahead and roll a heal.
regains. Ooh, nice. 9 hit points.
Okay, so do I just go success 3 times and then add the 9? Is that how?
9 heal, I believe, just will put you back up.
Ah, okay. Oh, yep, it worked. Yep, cool. Alright, so
All
I
right,
would
then.
be prone though? Would that be correct? Conscious and prone?
Yes, you're prone when you stand up. Make sure you add 1 level of exhaustion.
Yep. And where is that conditions?
Yes.
Yep, done.
All right. That was an action cast, correct, Liara?
Yep. So that
All right,
ends
you
my
have a
turn.
bonus action? Okay. Flesh Golem is going to turn around this time, being bitten on the back of its arm by a giant dire wolf. It's going to turn and slam twice with each arm and try and attack the dire wolf too. First will be a 23. The second will be a 12. Only one will hit. For 11 damage. We're on to Raven.
Raven moves up 1 and attacks attacks A this time with his rapier. For 13.
Yep, that'll hit.
And 4 damage.
Okay.
And then I will attack with my short sword. 17 to hit
That'll hit.
for 8 damage.
All right.
And I will actually stand there for the moment.
Mm-hmm. All right then. We're around to Alora, who, just having been struck by the giant creature, lets out like an angry snarl, baring her teeth, and attacks again.
Did we ever roll that strength save?
Hmm?
When Alora first bit, did we ever roll for a strength save?
I did not. I will remember to do that next time. Because that attack hit. And it will deal 13 piercing damage. And it's a strength saving throw. Only an 8 on the strength save. So
So
it will
now
fail
it
the
falls
saving
prone.
throw and be prone, yes. And we're on to Dorlith.
Okay. Well, now seeing that it's prone, we already have advantage because of that. So he's going to. Are they looking like we've been doing some sort of damage to them? I know they look disgustingly odd, but does it look like they're wounded?
Yes, the one on the right has blood pouring from its body, but the one on the left mostly just has a bunch of bruising
Okay.
from the attacks it's taken from Jucaudal.
That's a lot of brain goop.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna take the rapier again, and stab at this for double advantage, if there were such a thing.
Alright, yeah, you just roll with advantage.
Yeah. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then that'll be 7 points of piercing damage as I jab at its prone body. And then I'm going to take the dagger once again. I'm going to aim for the same spot. For a 21 again.
Alright.
And that's going to be 6 points of piercing damage, max damage.
Alright.
And just hold. You know what? I'm actually gonna move this time over here. Nope, you know what? Just right. Yep. Just gonna move there. And that'll be next turn.
Alright. Jucaudal, you're back up on your feet. You were struck the last time, and as soon as the giant fist hit you, you closed your eyes to sort of wince, to flinch. And when you opened them, you were on the ground bleeding out. All of a sudden, you closed them to blink again, and you're standing back up on your feet with a fresh sense of fire in you.
Yeah. So I guess with a quick look around, I'm probably seeing the other creature is down and vulnerable. Even though I'm mad at A, I want to definitely jump and take advantage of the downed creature. So I'm gonna just take a step over, keep my shield up a bit, and just take some big swings at the prone guy.
All right, go ahead and roll a hit.
So Warhammer.
Where you get advantage.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 24 total on the hammer. 7 total damage.
Okay.
And then follow up with the unarmed. With this is advantage with this unarmed as well.
Yes.
Okay, so
Remember,
20
you can right click the number where it says hit DC and you can roll with advantage.
Right. Thank you. I'll try and remember that next time. Thank you. So 20 total, so then 4 flat. So 7 and 4 total.
All right. Might be it for your turn.
Yeah, because that's yeah, I'll leave it there.
All right. Seeing you turn away and turn your attention to the other creature, um, the the golem that you turned your attention away from is going to take the opportunity to strike out at Raven.
Mm-hmm.
First one's going to be a 15 to hit,
Oh, you hit.
and the other one's going to be a 25.
Oh, you really hit.
It's not
I'm going to
crit,
deal a
is it?
total of 21 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Mm,
And I am in death saves.
okay.
Oh
Um,
my god.
as
That's
you
rough.
That,
as you're bouncing back and forth and you turn your attention, you get the one stab in on the creatures. You watch Yukado jump over and slam his hammer down on the other creature, and you're too busy watching him, and you lose your focus for a second. Um, and you turn back to the creature in front of you just in time to watch the fist connect with your face and put you to sleep instantly. Um, so we're on to Liara.
Well, I can't do anything about that. Also forgot, Jukado got 2 temp HP.
does going
Yes.
unconscious cancel that, or that's okay?
No, it's always active.
Well, is it a
Because I'm-
concentration spell?
Yes, it's a concentration spell.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. If the person who cast it goes unconscious, then it would stop it. But no.
Okay, I understand.
If the
Yep,
person it's cast on would not, no.
cool.
Um,
Alright, well, thank you. I've added that. Thank you.
With this, I will. Well, I will have to just shoot at A and hope for the best.
Hmm.
And 20 to hit. Dirty
That'll
20.
hit. That'll hit.
5 damage.
All right. What else you got for me?
That's it.
All right. As you coddle the flesh golem next to you, slam down on it, and it survives the blow, uh, unnaturally lurching back up to its feet and reeling back to slam you with its arms again.
Mm-hmm.
First will be a 13.
No, shrugged it.
The second will be a 20.
Just shrugged that off as well.
All right, so both attacks connect on your armor, but they're turned away by the heavy plate.
Hmm.
Raven, go ahead and roll your first death save.
What is that, a constitution?
No.
No, you
Just
should
a-
just be able to click. Oh yeah, roll a d20. Just roll a flat 20. Sorry.
Okay.
Oof.
Yikes.
8. That's gonna be one failure.
Hey.
Or back around to Alora, who takes the opportunity to attack the now standing flesh monster again.
Hmm. Did she have pack tactics with me next
Yes.
to her? Yep.
And the second roll is gonna be a nat 20.
Nice.
So what we'll go ahead and deal 46 plus 3. for 16 piercing damage.
Heck yeah.
And then
So
strength save.
she'll jump up at the creature that just stood up, and it's so busy trying to get its shot in on Zucatl that it doesn't realize that it's got a 150-pound direwolf leaping at its throat. She just jumps on it and tears its throat out, killing it as it hits the ground
Nice.
and leaving just the one standing.
Oh.
We're on to you, Dorlith.
So
Right.
seeing all of this happen and then Raven go down, Dorlith will drag his hand across like a little necklace that he carries, and like there will be an audible like cackle in the air, just slightly, of like a hag's cackle, and he'll release his hand out as that black smoky ichor, and he'll yell, "Enough!" In a sweeping motion across his body towards A, and he'll cast Sleep again.
All right. Roll the amount.
Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, let me cast, but let me grab the. There we go. 5d8. Give me something good. Jesus, 19.
19. That's not quite gonna do it.
Damn.
Dang. Going for the Hail Mary. And that, that's all Dorlith is going to do. He's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Going to move around. Let me cast that. And he'll just, like, stare at Raven, ready to do something if he can. And that's the end of his turn.
Zucatl, what about you?
At the start of Zucatl's turn, he gains 2 temp HP.
Indeed.
Sweet. Okay, so 2 temp. Thank you. Alright, so I'm just trying to understand the spells. So cure wounds will actually put someone conscious, like that's what was sort of done to me before, correct?
Yep.
Alright, well then I'll use my second and final slot. Use cure wounds on Raven.
All right.
So cast. Did that roll? No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
12
good.
points
That's
total.
We'll heal
There
for
you
12.
go. So I double checked. I can't really find any bonus actions that are relevant or that I use. So I'm just squaring up with A.
All right. And as soon as you cast that spell to get Raven back on his feet, you turn back to the flesh golem just in time to see it swinging its arms at you for another big punch.
Mm-hmm.
First one's going to be a 23,
That does hit.
and the second will be a 20.
That does not hit.
Okay. For 14 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, no. 14. Yep, unconscious again. That just by 1 point knocked me out.
Hmm. In that case, we are on to Liara.
Oh, God.
Big
I will
turn.
have to once again just try to hit this thing with my heavy crossbow.
Okay. Roll to hit.
18, 22 to hit,
That will hit.
and I will deal 9 damage.
All right. That'll be it for your turn. You have a bonus action.
That's it for my turn.
All right. Raven. You
Right.
just same as you did. Uh, Jucatl, you open your eyes after just watching a fist connect with your face. You open your eyes, you're laying on the ground, and you're looking up at Jucatl as his hands are glowing and your wounds are slightly healing some. And you're too weak to call out a warning before you watch another giant meaty fist go crashing across his face, knocking him to the ground unconscious. So what are you gonna do next?
I will stand for half my movement,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will hit with my rapier.
All right. Oh, make sure you add 1 level of exhaustion. I'm sorry.
I add exhaustion on here.
It's on your conditions chart.
Okay.
All right. What'd you roll to hit?
11.
That'll hit.
And damage for 8 plus 3 is 5. Then I
Yep.
will hit it with my short sword.
Mm-hmm.
22 to hit.
All right.
For 4.
All right.
And I that should eat up 15 of my movement. So I will move back 10 to not be hit again.
All right. Alora is gonna pounce into action, seeing that she's killed the first flesh golem, and she's gonna leap into action to attack the second one. Be a 20 to hit. Yeah, it'll be a 20 to hit. 30-20. For 7 piercing damage. And we're on to Dorlith.
Hold on. Strength save.
Oh,
Save
yes,
for
yes,
it.
yes. Strength save. Strength save. Sorry about that.
Sorry, what's the strength save for?
It'll be a 19, because when a dire wolf hits something with its bite, it pulls it to the ground, forcing it prone.
Ah, okay.
Is it looking
But in
bloody?
this case, it succeeded.
What was that?
Is it looking bloody?
Yes. Now that it's got some bite marks and stab wounds on it, yes, there's quite a bit of blood pouring out from the creature.
Okay. So Dorlith is gonna move here, and he is going to swing at it or stab at it with his rapier.
All right. Ooh, that is not gonna hit.
So that's a natural 1.
That's not great. That'll be it for your turn then.
Yep. Okay.
Jucatl, go ahead and roll your first death save.
I don't suppose 10 points kick in.
Have you not been
Technic-
counting your temporary HP?
No,
Yeah,
he's
but
No.
been
that's
counting
not.
it, but it's
Yeah.
he's down right now.
If you're asking about does the temp HP come as currently you're down, yes.
I don't see why not. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So does
So
that
would-
automatically bring him up?
Would it put me back up?
No, you have to have straight hit points in order to
Ah, okay.
become
So
conscious. But you
how
still
do I
gain
roll?
temporary hit points if you look in your. I know I've done it before. I don't know how though.
It's just a straight D20 roll is
Yeah.
the best
So if
way.
you click on the
Oh, it's just
if you
a
click on the
straight
death
D20.
save area, if you click on the death save area and go click temp HP, you can still add temp HP. It just doesn't add to your failures or successes.
Okay, yeah.
I just did it for you, so you can just refresh your page.
Whoops.
And then go ahead and
I-
roll a raw d20.
Okay, hang on, I'll just refresh.
And Raven, make sure you add another level of exhaustion.
I already did, so
Okay.
So, D20 for death save, sorry.
D20
Is
for
that what
death
it is?
save. Yes, just a raw d20.
18.
Hey.
That will succeed. That will be one success.
Cool. Alright, so just tick that. Done.
All right. Being attacked by a giant canine, the flesh golem turns its attention away from you, Dorlith and Jukaudal, and attacks Alora. First will be an 11, so it'll miss. Second will be a 12. They'll both miss. So Liara, we're on to you.
I will once again aim at A's head and shoot a heavy crossbow bolt into it.
All right, let's roll the hit. You know what it is.
8. 8 to hit.
That will not hit.
Mm. That's pretty much the end of my turn.
All right. Around to Raven then.
Raven comes over to here and then rolls her rapier. 24 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
For 5.
Oh, well, yeah, it's something.
Then with my short sword, 17 to hit
That will hit.
for 6.
Okay.
And then I move away 2 spaces. And that should be it for right now.
All right. Alora, as is her way, attempts to bite the flesh golem again. He is prone. Or no, I'm sorry, he succeeded that save, didn't he?
Yeah, you
Yep.
did. You rolled a 19, I believe.
Yeah, he succeeded that save, sorry. Still gonna get advantage because of pack tactics.
You cuddle with the body.
Mm-hmm.
With the body block.
It'll be 17 to hit, that'll hit. Pretty good rolls for 12 piercing damage with the bite.
Nice.
Dorlith is next.
Strength saving throw again?
Yeah, I keep forgetting. Fuck me. The 21.
Ah.
This is why I need you guys here to just tell me during your turns. Just
Yeah.
tell me.
Here for
And
it.
yeah, he's got a strength saving throw. Man.
Okay.
Alright.
So
He was like, damn, I can't stand up. A's like, my legs don't matter.
So Dorlith, with his rapier, he's going to swing at it again for a dirty 20 to hit.
Alright.
And that's going to be 5 piercing damage. But this time, when he pokes with the rapier, he's going to hold his hand out, his off hand out, and like make an O with it and poke through the hand. And as the rapier slides through his offhand, little circle, you'll see like a black bluish light kind of hold on to the tip of the rapier as extra radiant damage comes out with divine smite. Is this an undead creature? A fiend?
No.
Damn it. Okay. Yeah, just 8 points of radiant
Plus the
damage
rapier damage.
plus the rapier damage.
Okay.
And then same thing with the dagger. He's gonna stab at it for a nat 20.
All right, roll damage for that.
It's gonna be, I don't know why that didn't automatically give me the dice, but roll once, max damage 6, and then I'll just roll a d4.
Okay.
And that's gonna be 3 more points on top of that 6. So 9
Okay.
points on that second attack. And then no, he's gonna stay where he's at and just kind of brood and angry and like huffing, and that's it.
All right. Jucotto, go ahead and roll your second death save.
At the start of the turn, Jugato gains 2 temp HP.
Yep.
You never
Uh,
know. He might need it when he wakes up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it'll
Alright,
be helpful when he gets up because
Yeah.
he'll immediately heal that much. But
He won't heal that much, but you know.
No, it'll be this temp. All right, 17. So that's a success.
Yep, that's a success.
So what's the actual values? What am I actually trying to roll value-wise?
10
Try
or,
not to
or
die.
11 or above is a success. 10 or below is a failure.
Oh, so it's a 50%. It's a 50-50 roll, basically. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Oh, I just need one more success then.
Flesh Golem turns to you, Dorlith. You're
Yeah.
the last person to attack it, and it turns and swings, almost not even looking. It just swings its arms in the direction that the attack came from. First attack is going to be a 19 to hit,
Sure will.
and the second will be a 24. It'll deal a total of 27 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as Dorlith pokes it again and swings with the dagger, he turns his head slightly and looks at Liara behind him and kind of begins to say, "We got this," but like halfway through, pummels him unconscious and he just hits the ground.
Mhm.
So he is unconscious.
This cannot be the party TPK. Oh my god.
I mean,
Yara, it's
no,
your
we're close.
My turn?
You're close.
Yes, your turn, Liara.
Not Jucotals?
Jucotl already rolled his death save.
Yep.
Okay. I shall roll to hit with my
hey,
heavy
welcome.
crossbow
You're just in
and
time
hope for the
to
best.
see me go unconscious.
Mhm.
It's
All right.
it's fun.
That is
We've been battling flesh
22
golems
to
for
hit,
the last
not a natural
hour and a
20.
half, I believe. So
And
yeah, it's been interesting.
7 piercing damage.
All right. So you fire the arrow, and
How's it?
it flies true, lower than you were expecting, but it cuts straight through the middle of the creature's body, straight at the point of
Like
center mass,
I wish it were a health.
cutting a huge hole that you can look right through where the heart would be, and pinning the heart
Appreciate it, I
itself
needed
to the
it.
wall behind it. Creature drops to its knees
Oh.
and dies.
Hey,
Oh my god.
killed it.
I run up to
Killed it.
Dorlith and Shukadal. I take their water
Nice.
skins. I think Shukadal also took from the
I did.
spring.
I did.
Yep.
And I'm gonna see if feeding them this water will change anything.
You
Yeah, dubstepper. That is
pour
very
the water
true.
into their mouths and get them to swallow, but nothing seems to happen to their wounds. You can tell that certain ailments have been healed on them, as their sore muscles suddenly aren't as taut, and you can see that their bodies are more relaxed, but none of their wounds have healed. They're both still unconscious.
Is
The
So
that
are
threat
they
has
able
been
to
dying?
sort them out?
dispatched. Yes, the threat has been dispatched, and the helpless mongrel lays dead over on the other end of the courtyard next to Raven. Two of your comrades lay dying, and I think that's a perfect place to end for this week.